So before we get into kind of the technical aspects of what AI is good for and what it's not good for, one of the things that is important is that a lot of the low-hanging fruits in drug discovery have been picked already, and so targets that we're going after are getting more challenging. The diseases that we're going after are more complex. The biology that we're trying to unlock has a lot of unknowns, and so even if the tooling is getting better and better, the problems that we're going after are getting harder and harder. And so, and the whole, regulatory system and a lot of those other pieces keep getting more and more expensive and bogged down. And there's a lot of things that, computers just aren't going to solve that make the costs continue to go up. But on whether AI is, transforming drug discovery or not, they're both true at the same time. There's certainly things that these large language models are enhancing undoubtedly across the ecosystem. Automation, orchestration, research, reading, writing, anything that has to do with words, and perhaps most importantly is coding. And the language models are phenomenal with coding. People that never had any coding abilities and practice or training can ask questions and get code that solves specific problems, and that's amazing. And we use that heavily, and I think everybody is using that heavily now. And so there are aspects of drug discovery that where that helps. They can ask, let regulatory filings, a lot of the paperwork, all those things. Language models are great. Where language models don't have much in the way of strengths is dealing with molecules. And drug discovery is all about molecules. How do molecules interact? Small molecules, large molecules, targets, biology, DNA, RNA, cells, all those things. You could use all the words in the world, and you're not going to be able to describe those processes. And so that's, I think, where the gap is, that folks are really focused on the automation and streamlining things, and all of the language-based tasks that are performed exceptionally well, including generative chemistry type stuff where you can explore chemical space, you can come up with lots of ideas, but then changing all of those ideas or prioritizing all of those ideas based on accurate models, accurate predictions, is still a major gap. And I think that's the area that folks need to fill. Many people are hoping that just you keep throwing more data at it, and these language models will figure it out. I disagree with that approach. I think we actually need a new kind of AI for drug discovery. In the kind of preclinical discovery stage where you're making molecules, and that AI is physical AI. It's building world models for the nanoscale. And we're working on that. There's a very small number of emerging companies that are working on that. I suspect some of these larger pure tech LLM type companies are going to be moving in that direction.